Hey peeps, my name is Naisha and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to give you my thoughts and opinions on the first two chapters of Do No Harm. Do No Harm is a story that you can find on Choices Story You Play. Also, there will be spoilers. So let's begin. Okay, so This the summary of it says life and death are always on the line for a surgeon, but a dangerous, alluring stranger pulls you into an even deadlier world. So, okay, my thoughts and opinions on do no harm is I'm not gonna lie. The beginning of the first chapter I actually enjoyed because it opens up with you see this older doctor. um you see this older doctor, and you see two guys talking to him, and the doctor is all tied up, and of course it seems like he is a traitor. And these two guys who come to find out is Dom and Neil. They're two brothers. Dom is the love interest. Also, you can turn Dom into a woman if you want to. And I also like the fact that in this story you could play as a man or a woman. So I like that. So just in case if anyone wants to play as a guy, you can. But anywho, um, again, Dom and Neil called this older gentleman. I forgot his name real quick, but he's a doctor. They basically said he's a traitor, and they have to take out the trash. And we know there's gunshots, but we don't know if he's actually dead. It's assumed that he is because in the second chapter, at the end of the second chapter, um, Dom is talking to Anya. I'm just gonna call her that. No, Gina. I'm gonna go with Gina. Is talking to Gina, who is is the name of the main character. Um, that's why I name her. Y'all can name her wherever you want to. But anyway, um, he talks to Gina at his brother's club, and basically saying how there's a new position in his organization, position his organization, and they basically Neil and Dom wants her to be their doctor. And all I have to say is, I'm sorry. Yeah, I do not know how to feel about the story because, again, like I said, in the beginning, I like it, especially, again, this older guy, you see he's trying to persuade these two guys not to kill him. It seemed like it's not working. And then we cut to Gina. Basically, she's a surgeon. And she's new. She's new to this. Because I'm thinking she just graduated or something she just graduated. So yeah, she's new to this and things like that. And we see how we see that she's a good doctor, a good surgeon. Basically she just wants to save lives. We see that she's basically naive in a way because she wants to save lives, even though unfortunately the healthcare system sucks in America. So yeah. So basically, because a woman came in and like from a car wreck, and she needs like surgery. However, um Gina's boss tells her that they can't really work on the woman because the woman doesn't have insurance, and the woman has to go to another hospital because the woman is unsure. And it's, and of course, like, Gina's like, damn, like, really? Like, she decided to become a surgeon to give people second chances at life, like a doctor had gave her a second chance. And it seems like she can't really do that because of the government and stuff. And of course, since she couldn't do that, her doctor, I'm talking about her doctor, her superior does teach her, like, like a new trick or something. Like, not a new trick, but like, a medical technique. And Gina does end up using that same technique on Dom's brother Neil in chapter 1, because Dom comes into the hospital, grabs Gina, like he asks, is she a doctor? I'm sorry, it's just hilarious how he just comes into this hospital and asks, is she a doctor? Because it's like, what if she said, like, what if she just said, like, no? It's like, would he grab somebody else? It makes me wonder. So I just thought that was funny that he just comes into like a hospital and says, are you a doctor? And stuff. But of course, like, Gina doesn't know that like the correct response would have been no. Because like a random guy just tells you, are you a doctor? And I don't know about you guys, but if I was in her position and some guy in a suit looking all nice and good, and he has like a mean look on his face, and like, or like he just looks urgent and something, I don't know how I would feel about like him asking, are you a doctor? I feel like I would lie and say, no, I'm a nurse and stuff. Like, that's just me. But she doesn't do that. She ends up going with him, even though he's a little rough with her, because he grabs her arm as soon as like she lets it know that she is a surgeon. And she's like, wait a minute, don't be touching me like this. I'ma come with you, but you ain't gotta be all rough. Which, again, I like that. I like that. I like that, like, this main character isn't like a punk. Well, not a punk, but I'm glad. I wouldn't say a punk. I would say I'm glad that this main character isn't like meek and stuff. She's like, she knows how to play it. Like, she knows when to be like, hey, enough is enough. And she knows how to play it smart. And that's what I like about this main character. I think the one thing I don't like about the story right off the bat is that in chapter 2, they literally could have intimate. They could basically have an intimate conversation, and you already know what I mean about that intimate conversation. If you know, you know. I ain't trying to say too much because YouTube is weird, but just know they have an intimate phone call. And of course, and mind you, she only met the guy like at night, and this is the next night. And no, you know what? It's not even the next night. I want to say, yeah, I don't. No, yeah, it is. It's the next night. Yeah, it's the next night. and like they already having intimate phone calls. I just thought that was, I didn't like that, because it's like like, I'm gonna be honest, chapter 1 was going smoothly and things like that. The only thing I didn't like about chapter 1 is the fact that at the end, because the character asks is like, who are you really? And he basically says his whole name. His name is Dominique Coins. He's part of like the Coin family. They're mobsters and stuff like that. And it's like, no, why would you do that? I feel like if you're going to give, like, I already know that like the main character is going to find out that like Dom is a mobster. Like, I already understand that, but it's like in the beginning, no. I feel like that takes away from it. I would have preferred at least either in chapter 5 or like in chapter 8, like just like when we get into like the middle of like the story, I would have preferred him to like, reveal the secret, like, later on in the story, but not in the beginning. And it's like, damn, that took away I can't even say my words, but that took away from the story for me a bit. That just took I mean, I'm just like, I can't think of my words, but it's just it makes the story a little cheap in a way. That, and again, the intimate conversation, I just didn't like. I feel like it was too early for that. I feel like I wouldn't mind them having like an actual conversation, like, like a little cute little banter. I don't mind that, but like them being intimate, and moaning, especially. And then not to mention, he was at a gala, she was on a bus, so let that sink in. Again, I just felt like that cheapened the story as well for me and stuff. But yeah, overall, other than him other than Dom revealing who he is, the whole intimate phone call, I feel like the story is interesting, and I don't mind continue to read it. I mean, not read it, but continue to play it to see what's going to happen next. I overall enjoyed it and stuff. But yeah, I actually enjoyed it and stuff. Again, like I said, I didn't like how he basically just told her exactly who he was in the intimate conversation. But yeah, other than that, the story was okay. It was nice. I'm hoping that it gets better and stuff, especially since we find out that, again, like I said, in chapter 2, we find out that Dom and Neil want Gina to be part of the organization in the medical sense. Since she was able to stitch not only Neil but also Dom up as well, because she was able to like help him as well. So I'm curious to see what she has to say about that. Not to mention, he's a mobster, and Dom said that he owes Gina a favor, and of course his favor is to get rid of somebody for her. And she's like, I'm a doctor, I'm trying to save people, not end people, and things like that. So she's like, no, but he's like, you don't understand, like, I owe you now, so you got to cash in on it. and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking like, do mobsters really act like this? I don't know. I can't see a mobster really acting like this. Like acting like I can't see like an actual mobster just being like, oh, you gonna do this. Oh, I'm gonna pay you back. So you might well just do this. Like I just can't see an actual mobster doing this. But again, I'm going off. But like I said, it's interesting. I can't wait to see what happens next. I do recommend those who like, mafia stories and romance stories. Well, mafia stories that have romance in it. If you enjoy those type of stories, I feel like this is right up your alley. If you don't, it's not for you. But again, like I said, and if you're okay with like a bit of smut, just a teeny bit of smut, like in chapter 2, then yeah, this story is definitely for you. But yeah, I will keep you guys updated as soon as chapter 3 comes out. I'll probably wait until chapter 3 and then chapter 4, because I'll probably do it like that, like just 2 chapters at a time. But yeah, so if you have stuck with me this long, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate it. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, see ya.